Our world caters to extroverts. Our world thinks introverts are always missing something. They'll tell us to speak out and speak up. Why are you so quiet, shy, antisocial? Yes, I'm quiet, I'm a deep thinker, I'm creative, I'm an empathetic feeler and passionate listener. So what's wrong with it? Just because you don't understand me, please don't put your own interpretation of who I am. Being an introvert is being completely in sync with yourself. You spend ages reflecting. You're just walking around life, not even in another universe, but you are your own universe, spinning amidst a tiny speckle of space, usually a space that is unwelcoming, because that's what people do when they don't understand. They fill in the blanks themselves and make up their minds before really taking a minute. Introversion is when you can be an extrovert with the right person. Once we're comfortable with you, it means you've made it. You've awakened the soul of our hearts, the secret lock and key to our personalities, our true, authentic selves. Because here's the thing, we hate small talk. We don't want to fill spaces where we feel like we don't fit in or belong. We don't want to have words float out of our mouths when we think it's not valuable. We are perfectly content in having that heightened listening sense, because that's our superpower. We want to make soul-binding connections for life. We hate temporary things. We don't want to waste our time. So let's stop making people feel bad or guilty or not good enough simply because you can't comprehend how they function. We don't ever ask people why they talk too much. Although us introverts always think it, am I right? So why is there this double standard? We are so special and just so misunderstood. We are the ones that love spending time with our own thoughts. They entertain us like characters from our favorite books. There are complicated plots, inside jokes, betrayals, pep talks, twists and turns, you name it. We can spend hours enjoying the things that fill our energy up. Wow, I actually look like a human being now. I should have done this in the morning. It's what, 5 p.m. now? Yeah, I literally did just a full face of makeup for 5 p.m. But there's nothing new about it. Like, even before quarantine, I would just like put my makeup on and watch a movie and, go nowhere because that's the life of an introvert. We don't need external factors to fuel us up, which is kind of cool if you actually think about it. It's almost like a car that never needs to drive to a gas station to fill up gas. We are the gas. That was the weirdest comparison I've ever come up with. I'm even embarrassed that I'm keeping it in, but anyways, we're awkward, goofy, insecure, but so emotionally intelligent, if I may say so myself. But one of the biggest misconceptions to date is that we hate people. We don't hate people, we just want to wait until we're confident knowing we have something of value to add to the conversation. Introversion feels like being in a movie where everyone has the script except for you. Actually, there might be social anxiety, but blurred lines. My favorite thing is to connect with a fellow introvert. Someone perhaps with social anxiety too, which is like the cherry on top. Because it's so fun sticking together with your people when everyone is having the time of their lives at a party and you're just at the side corner on the floor, sitting comfortably, shoes off, chilling and vibing, drowning out the noise. Because that's how your people feel like. Home. An oasis of peace. probably can hear the birds chirping, but I can literally smell firewood. I feel like I'm in a different world right now. I feel like I'm camping or something. I would love to just go away for a bit. I can hear birds like literally arguing. I've been coming to the car very often to just drive and listen to music and to just have a therapy session. The car has always been my safe place. It's always been the place where I feel better. Like when I would go to work or school or university, when I would have my down days, you know, crying in the car while driving home, or just being so happy, so unbelievably happy, and putting on the happiest jam sessions. Like the car is just my own special place where I can just be completely myself, where I don't have to pretend. I can just feel out my feelings, and the car listens to me. I think that's why I always get really attached to my cars, and my first car when it broke down, and my other car when we had to give it up. They were old, but they were so special to me because they had my favorite moments there where I was growing up and experiencing so many life moments. And I think the most important part of being an introvert is just having your comfort zone, having your comfort space, whether that's your room, whether that's the car, or just having a place where you can completely feel like yourself and that no one is judging you and no one is putting these expectations on you. You're just completely yourself. And I just want to encourage you that if you're struggling, if you're doubting yourself, that it's okay to have these qualities, to have these traits that you feel like the world maybe doesn't appreciate or doesn't completely understand, because that's what makes you you, that's what makes you special, and you wouldn't want to trade any of that for the world, because the people around you who truly love you and who truly value you will see that. I love when people see things so differently in different perspectives, and I've heard people kind of explain to me, my own self back to me, saying that it's kind of like I have a hidden personality. It's like a secret, and I don't just give it away to anyone. I wait until I get comfortable, and then it's just like a lock and key. So that's just how I am and how I feel. Maybe ask the person about themselves so you can learn to know them a little bit better and understand their perspective and just how they are and how they live. So yeah, that's just my spiel. I'm gonna be continuing driving, and I guess I'll see you back home. Such a beautiful black mare. Oh my goodness, horses, literally. You see that meme when it's like, if you drive by horses and you don't shout horses, you're a psycho. And relatable, agreed, because who doesn't love horses? You know, gas is cheap. Why not? Why not just drive around? There's nothing better to do. Because of quarantine, my road trip was canceled for Easter. I was supposed to go to Michigan and then Chicago, and I was really looking forward to that. You know when you like plan a trip and that's just the thing that gets you going for like the next couple months? Like that's what this trip was. So it's really a bummer. I love road trips so much. I love driving. Driving, to see what you see. I used to look up to extroverts and want to be them. I used to want to be the person who talks too much and isn't afraid to express themselves about their opinions, good or bad, and just be headstrong in what they want. Which, yes, introverts can have those traits too, of course, of talking too much and being outspoken, but that's just not me. Why would you want to change your entire built-in worldview when it's exactly that worldview that may be missing in society? One of my teachers from high school made a huge impression on me. As any fellow awkward, shy introvert, I never spoke up in class. I was always that kid that had needs to participate in class for my report card. And I'm sure you were too, since you're watching this video. Growing up, that was always a character flaw. Give me a story or essay or project, that I can do. But it's hard when everyone around you sets up the example that they believe you need to become. And don't even get me started on my French class presentation anxiety. Ooh, that's a story for another time. But we were doing a test, and there was a question that asked us what we're struggling with at the moment. It must have been a bonus question, so I wrote, I struggle with not speaking up in class when I have nothing to say. Usually I'm taking everything in and digesting. It takes me a while to form cohesive, deep thoughts, especially in speech. Now writing, that's my jam. And here's what she wrote back after marking it. Sometimes silence is golden. She picked on everyone in class. That's who she was known for. But after that, she never picked on me. And those are the kind of people we need more in this world. People who understand. And that honestly changed my entire world, because it validated who I was and spun it in a positive light. So if you're questioning yourself, let me bounce back that light to you. Sometimes silence is golden.